From here, you'll go ahead and flip over onto your back into the leg lengthening series. Now you can do this with or without a yoga strap. Yoga strap, you just want to open that up. And what that does is just become an extension of our arms when we play with the legs and lengthen them up. So we're going to start all the way on the back and extend the legs all the way onto the floor. And the feet will be hip-width distance apart. The hips are going to roll open nice and relaxed, and the knees are going to soften a little bit. We're just going to let the shoulders roll all the way back onto the floor without hiking the shoulder blades together. Her neck is going to become nice and long. So again, we're always going to work with that lengthening of the spine. So we're still breathing in the belly, allowing the spine to get long, and allowing the back of the head to open up. This is huge when we have any tension in the skull, whether it's on the sides of the head, the front of the head, the top of the head, or the base of the skull, sides of the jaw, all the way down the neck. Wherever your headaches normally lie, we're going to focus on allowing that area to open up. So that's the beginning pose here. Now all we're doing is allowing the legs to get long, opening up the lower body, because that will help the upper body from compensating for anything that we have going on in the belly, in the hips, in the knees, and in the ankles. So we always do the right side first, and why that is it has to do with the side of the colon. We want it to go one direction, not to go the other direction, if you know what I mean. So we're going to work with that right side first. And so what you do is you extend that left leg as much as you can, like someone's pulling the ankle, and that just allows that left side to become nice and balanced. The right knee is going to bend up into the hip. You're only going to go as far as feels comfortable. So maybe that's plenty right there. That's perfect. And all we're going to do is focus on the alignment of the body. Now the knee might be hiked out really far to the right or really far to the left. We want it to be as close to center as it can be, straight up. And so again, don't worry about how far you go. Everybody works at their own pace, and every person's body is different. It's more about breathing in the belly and allowing the body to be exactly where it needs to be. So if it feels good, you can extend the arms out to the sides, and we're going to hug behind the knee, or if you're more bendy, you can do on top of the knee. If that's difficult to do, we're going to use the strap, and we're just going to hold on to the top of the knee, keeping the shoulders on the floor. That's the most important part. If the shoulders go up into the ears or they come up off of the floor, that puts the body into a stress state. We want to keep the body into that parasympathetic state, that relaxation state. That's how the body starts working in a holistic manner and how it heals. So from here, what you do is allow that knee to go up towards the head just a smidge on the inhale. As you exhale, maybe the leg drops down into the body just a little bit. And again, we don't force it. It should still feel like it's a nice, relaxed progression through. Now, Kristy's a little bit extra bendy, so just knowing that where she's at isn't where she started. It can take a lot of time to get to that point. So just work where your body is. It might be that the knee barely goes up, or you might be extra bending, the knee goes all the way down to the floor. It doesn't matter. Really honor your body where it's at. So that's the first stage. That's the knee hug of the leg lengthening series. Now from here, when we're ready, we bring the belly button toward the spine, and then we take the strap and we wrap it around the ball of the foot. Now again, you can do this without a strap. You can purchase yoga straps for about $10 at any fitness section of Target or Walmart or any type of sports stores, or getting them on online on the internet. Otherwise, you can use a robe strap if it's really sturdy. No bendies. We don't want any flexible or bendable ropes or straps or anything like that. We want to make sure they're nice and sturdy. So you can hold on there, or you can just use without the strap too. Belly button goes toward the spine, and slowly we're just going to lengthen the leg all the way up towards the ceiling. And generally, where most people are, we've got flexible ex-gymnast Kristy here. We're going to be about here, you know, many times as that's where you're at, that's perfect. Or it could be that the leg doesn't go up quite that far. We're going to be hanging out here. Wherever you're at, that's perfect. So from here, just making sure the leg's not too far in or out, right? And what we're going to work towards is getting the leg straighter before we bring it up. So as you inhale, we're going to use the breath in the belly, and it's going to go down through the leg. Inhaling to lengthen the leg, exhaling, getting a little bit straighter, and then maybe it becomes a little bit more perpendicular, right? A little bit at a time. Ideally, someday, some year, we're here, but that might not ever happen. Just depends on your body type and shape, right? So we're just checking in with this foot, making sure it's not dipped too far inward or too far outward. We're right in the middle. We want to imagine that we're standing on the ceiling. All 5 toes are open, the foot is nice and relaxed, and we're allowing this part of the leg right below the knee towards the hip goes into the back of the leg. So you get some length on those tight hamstrings from the sit bone into the back of the knee, nice and long, right? And so then the front of the thigh goes into the back of the body. One thing at a time, your body will get it time and time again over. Yeah, your body will get it after time. So inhaling to lengthen, exhaling, going a little bit deeper. Now there is a part in the book where you can bring the leg out to the side. That's not part of our normal protocol. If you want to put that in, you certainly can. So then as you inhale, you extend, and as you exhale, you'll slowly lower all the way down to the floor. And when you drop that leg, you're going to want to just wiggle and jiggle. Take a moment. Just notice the differences in the sides of the legs, because one usually feels about a half an inch, because this one will feel about an inch longer than the other side. So we're just going to let that integrate a little bit, and the left side becomes jealous, so we make sure that we do that other side too. So that's the leg lengthening series. After we do the leg lengthening, then we do the knee hug. Let me throw that over here. And still realigning the body, making sure the shoulders are all the way back on the floor. We're going to inhale both knees up to the chest. And they go only as far as feels comfortable. Again, we want to make sure that that low back is all the way to the floor. Now it's your choice. You can have the knees hip width distance apart and then allow the big toes to stay together. Or you can bring knees and toes together, or any variation thereof. What's most important here is let the part of your back that feels grumpy, which could be the whole back, depending on the day, right? Is just getting some love and energy into that space, into that tightness. So as you hug, you can grab behind the knees or on top of the knees. You're going to squeeze those knees in as much as you can. And you just love your body, thanking it for all the work that it does for you every day. But what that does is releases the back, the low back. We're going to open up the sacrum all the way up through the top of the body. So as you breathe in the belly, you just feel everything lengthening and opening and releasing. Cool. Now the last pose of the series is called a twist, and this is just the final spinal twist. And all you're going to do is release the legs, but you're going to keep the shins parallel to the floor. Good, and this might take some doing, so the shoulders go all the way back, and again, you only bend the knees as far as feels comfortable. Wherever they're at is perfect. And then you're going to bring the arms out, right at the shoulders, and palms are going to face downward. Relax the shoulders all the way down, and we're going to drop the knees all the way to the left, and then look to the right. And then you can go ahead and bring that left hand to the hip, or to the knee, or to the ribs, whatever feels comfortable. And maybe the knees get down to the floor, and maybe they don't. But all this does is wrings out the center of the body. It allows all the organs to detoxify a little bit. Anything that you brought up during these exercises can kind of twist out of the body. So we inhale to get long, and that's from the sacrum all the way into the back of the head, from the sit bones through the soles of the feet. And then as you exhale, you go a little bit deeper, relax and widen a little bit more. Perfect. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, you'll go to the other side. Knees to the right and looking to the left. And again, you can always use the strap if you need to. You can use that right hand if you need to, or if you'd like to do a little hug and a little tug is what I call it. Perfect. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to open, and then inhale, come back to center. So after that twist, you extend the legs all the way up towards the ceiling and just point and flex the feet. Kind of get some energy through the feet and the ankles, all the way down through the knees and the hips. Then you can just kind of bend the knees and let the legs flop all the way down into what we call the final relaxation pose, or Shavasana in yoga. And the feet are going to be hip-width distance apart. This is also the relaxation that you're going to do at the end of the night. So we let the feet drop open and the arms come out about 45 degrees away from the body. Palms are faced upward. The shoulders roll all the way back onto the floor, opening up the heart and the chest. Shoulders come away from each other, jaw is relaxed, neck is long. Feel the back of the head widen and sink down into the floor, or the bed if you're doing this at night. And you just let the hips drop open, the spine gets long, and all the muscles relax down into the floor. And you can see that she's doing her nice deep belly breathing. Relaxing the body and is coming back to natural breaths. And you'll end in this relaxation pose. And so to come out of the pose, you just bend that left leg, placing the foot on the floor. Gently roll yourself over to the right side, bending the knees and placing the hands underneath the head. We just pause here for a moment to let all the energy drain out of the right side of the body. Helps the liver to detoxify. And then using that left hand, you can gently push yourself up into a seated position. Simple cross-legged is great. If your legs need to be extended, that's fine too. And just drop your shoulders and breathe into the belly. Let all parts of your body come back into balance and just notice how you feel. Yay! Namaste! Thanks, Kristy.